Hello everybody, and welcome back to some All the Mod 6 to the Sky. How you guys doing today? I hope you are doing well. I am. So, we have spent the last couple episodes working on bees. We're not going to mess with them today. We're going to let these guys do their being thing. Today, messing with bees, we realized we need to get into some dragon eggs. Now, we can do the whole craft all this stuff up, do this, and we can get dragon eggs, but there is another way of doing it, and that is through Woot. We've got the Woot. We can do the Woot. We are going to do the Woot. I think we've got everything we need in order to get us what we need for a dragon farm, which will give us dragon eggs. But first things first is we need to upgrade our power. We've probably run enough power right now. These guys are all filled up. We're generating about 10,000 RF a tick, but I want to upgrade that to a certain extent. We're only going to be able to upgrade to a certain extent because we don't have very large power storage. So instead of going through and doing all this stuff, I have already set up recipes for it. We need a reactor. I need 64 of these guys. We're going to build 2 reactors. That is done real quick and easy like. We're going to make us these nitro energy cells. These things hold 140 million apiece. We're going to make a couple of those. And then all we need to do is go down here to the platform that I made and place these guys. Oh, it's going to build it itself. So there is one. We don't have enough to do 2. I thought we had enough to do 2. I thought it took 32, but that is 3. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 36. I need 8 more of these. So let's craft up 8. And we'll put this guy like right here-ish. That's not in the right spot. Alright, so got those built. Now I'm not 100% certain on this. Why do we only have 1 energy cell? I thought we got 2. I want to place these guys right here. This should be good enough for us to... that's extract. I want that set to... input. I guess I can't. Or output. We may have to do this a different way. We'll find out when we get all this going. So we're going to need to get a bunch of cables. 25 not going to do us. Recipe for this. That is not going to do us. I need glass. Yeah. We're out of glass. Alright, so, it's not going, this thing is not going to be all that pretty. Can't have the cabling. So, we've got all that. We've got exporters hooked up to the top of this. We're going to need to make some crafting cards for this, because most of this stuff we're not going to have just readily available. So I need to make a couple of these guys. We're going to need 2 of those. We're going to need some crafting tables. We are going to need a couple of these guys. We are going to need that and that. Beautiful. So we can throw them in there. We can throw him in there. And then we can get what we need, which is redstone. We need uranite. We need coal, which I don't have a recipe for all the coal stuff just yet. And then we need recipe for ice. Now, we're going to use, I think it's, which ice is it we're going to use? Dry ice, we we can craft dry ice, but it's a pain to craft. So we're going to go with blue ice. Blue ice we can craft pretty easily. So let's go up here and get this thing set up. So we want blue ice. This guy, which is packed ice, which we can get packed ice for making that. So both of those can go in there, and that's got the ice ready. We can craft up 10. I don't need 10, we just need 1. And we can throw this in here, and this thing should start filling up. So we're getting ice, we're getting coolant, we're getting redstone. This guy is filling up right here. So this guy is making about 90,000 RF-ish, 80 to 90. I don't know why it's going down. I don't know. This thing is inputting how much. Does it say? It doesn't say. Alright, so both of these together right now are generating about 35,000 RF a tick. We need to connect it to our other power, but we've got 140 million storage here, 80 million storage here, same on both sides, so we've got plenty of power storage. We just need a couple of flux points, which is adding energy to the network. This guy, I need a handful of these. That looks like it might work. This guy here, and if I'd put both of these in the middle, we'd have been all right. But without that, we are not. Let's look at something. We've got cables. Those transfer 200,000 a tick. That's not bad. Alright, so now that we've got power situated, it is time to get into the actual Woot part of this. So, I've crafted us a book. We've got the book. First thing we're going to need is to make some Stygian iron, which we're going to need netherrack for. We've got all kinds of netherrack. Go ahead and get that in here and going. We're going to need soul sand. We've got quite a bit of soul sand here. Good enough. Let's roll with that. Alright, so this guy here, we need enough to make our yaw hammer, which is just 1. We can throw this guy in here and we're good to go. So yaw hammer, that is now completed. Beautiful. Woot's actually fairly easy to follow along with. You can just go about it this way. We just done that. So now we need to make us a Stygian anvil. This is what we're going to need for a lot of stuff. We're going to need 3 Stygian ingots. Needed it that way. This guy, that guy. Beautiful, there we go. And poof. Anvil and Stygian anvil. And we need a magma block to place underneath it. And we should be good to go. For now, we'll just place this guy like right here-ish, because I don't know where we're going to wind up putting, well, I know where we're putting the farm. It's going over there. Beautiful. Alright. So, we need, next up, is to be able to craft or catch the mob. We need a shard die, which needs nether quartz and obsidian. We should have all the above. Nether quartz on there. Obsidian gets tossed on it, and with our hammer. Oh wait, both of them go on there, and there we go. We can do this. Next up, we need to craft our mob shard die, which is to do it just like that. Beautiful. Now that we've got that, I need to go fight the end dragon. So we can go ahead and get that, figure out where we need to go next. Alright, so our next bit of this is we need to get pure dye fluid. And to do that, we need all of these. Pure dye, pure dye, pure dye, pure dye. We need to, I forgot how to do this. Alright, so let's make our dye liquefier. Let's start there. This guy right here. We need to make some Stygian plates. We need to make a plate dye, which is a stone slab and obsidian. We should have a stone slab. We've got obsidian. And we've got that. So let's go over here. That guy, this guy, that guy. We've got that. Beautiful. Now we should be able to make these guys. We need Stygian iron. This, I'll tell you what, we need to just make a whole bunch of this and be done with it. This guy here, that'll work. We'll probably need a bunch of that before we go. Alright, so now back to where we were at. Plates. 4 of them. There's that guy. There is that guy. And we've got what we need. We just need to get some power for it. And for the time being, since we're going to set our Woot farm up over here, we might as well go ahead and set this guy up over here as well. Alright, so we need to fill these guys up in order to make dye. And I think what I used last time, I believe it was light gray, that give us a little bit of everything. That's a white tulip. Where is... Let's do it this way. That's light gray. This guy, is it light gray or is it just gray? Light gray does give us a little bit of everything. What about just regular gray dye? Gray dye gives us a better combination. We can make all of the gray dye that we need because we have the power. We've got these guys and we've got this guy here. So let's get this going. That's going to go in there. That's going to fill up, and we're going to start getting some pure dye fluid. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Our best bet. We're going to need a lot of this. Let's get us a tank, and let's pipe into this. That's going to automatically fill up. We're running out. We should probably run some stuff over here. Just straight run gray dye. Alright, so this guy is filling up quite nicely. So the next thing that we need is we need to make this here prism, which means we need the injection press. Why do I not? Because I'm not in here. So this guy, we need 4 of those. this guy here, and injection press got. We can place this guy down here. This guy we're used for several different things. But for the time being, we're going to use it just specifically for this. So let's grab some fluid pipes. Let's grab our wrench. Let's do that. Let's do that. That should be getting, there we go. We just need to give it some power. Alright, so we've got our dye fluid. We've got our injection press. We need to make our prism, which is just a piece of glass. We've got that. We should be able to throw that in here. And now we've got our prism. Beautiful. So that means we should be able to make our mob controller. We just need a Steigen iron plate. And we need this guy. And let's go do this. So, this one, hammer. We've got our mob controller for the Ender Dragon. Beautiful. Alright, so if we sit this thing down, we need to get it to a tier 5. Which is a whole lot of work that we've got to do. So, let's look at our book. Back to our books. Factory tiers, I'm not worried about. Factory components. We need... this guy here. This is a total of what we need. So, I'm going to get to work making some of this stuff. Alright, so we're back. Slight change of plans. Our dragon took a tier 5, and we can't do a tier 5 yet without getting into the earlier tiers first. Other thing, the dye liquid-fire. It is, once it fills up with white, it has quit producing the pure dye fluids. Got to work on that. We've got our continuous fluid going. We're making purge fluid with ender pearls, redstone, and the purge fluid makes continuous. This thing's keeping up with this guy. We're generating, I'm actually generating chickens right now. Nice, easy mob to go through, but we still got some work to do. I need... our next step in this, if I could type, we need the, which ones is it? It's the scale the mountain or scale the summit. We need these guys here, the neophyte, the adeptus plates, and the magus plates, and all of this takes liquid enchant, and liquid enchant you get from Enchanted Books and the enchantment Liquifying. Now if we go into our system, we've got one enchanted book, and that is it. That's all. That should be going... it is not going over here. So, I have got to work on getting us... that'd actually give us quite a bit. We need to get Enchanted Books. And the best way for us to get Enchanted Books is to go ahead and make this here Marine Fisher from Industrial Foregoing. This guy here get us a ton of Enchanted Books, stuff like that. So, I'm going to set that up over here, and we'll get these guys made. We'll be back. Alright, so we got our fishers set up. We've got speed upgrade tier 2s, efficiency upgrade tier 2s in them. These guys are spitting out stuff left and right. And as you can see, we've already got a handful of books. This is one that I want to keep. And there's a reason why I want to keep it. Let's go find us an anvil. I don't know if I can put this on here or not. Oh, that's the wrong anvil. Let's do this. Now I'm going to put, so we've got, whoops. Pick them up. So our helmet, Gormaran 2. And this will help us with having to eat anything. We'll get a lot more out of it. So that is great. But we're getting books. I'm going to set this up with an exporter to just dump the books in here so we've got it all the time. Alright, so we've got this thing set up. I got it set to be exact mode off. And it is just dumping whatever books we've got in here. So it won't take long to fill this up. And then we'll just be collecting a whole bunch of books. But now I can make what we need for our plates. And with those added, we've got our first one. We need to get 24 of these before we can upgrade to our next tier farm, which is kind of slow. I don't know if I gotta look to see if there's a way to speed it up. Alright, so there is the Feeding Frenzy perk that reduces the spawn time by 20%, which is nice. We've got that added to it, which it should pop in here any minute. I don't know. So we've got those added. Now we've got other perks. So let's go back here to perks. We've got laser beams. That's not what I'm worried about. Head start, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that one. Increases the number of mobs spawned. We've got Stoke the Boiler, which decreases the amount of continence fluid. That would be a nice one to have. That's easy enough to do. So let's make these. And we'll add looting to it. Now, I've added all 3 levels to these. They will not take into effect because we've only got a tier 2 factory. So once we upgrade the factory, we'll be able to do a bit more. We've gotten 2 so far. But we've got our factory, and we're waiting on getting the stuff that we need to upgrade the factory. So it's just a matter of letting this thing run and going with it. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.